Welcome to the Boxing Bookie. Another great week. We absolutely killed it this week. I want to look at this. This week was really, really impressive. If you join my Patreon, of course, we hit the lock of the week again, like we hit every week. I'm looking up right now. Did we go 6 for 6? What did I do this week? I hit everything this week, did I not? 6 for 6? Tucker, Adrian Broner, Kayatso. Yeah, 6. Well, we missed the Wednesday. We missed Wednesday. We lost a little bit on Wednesday. But yeah, Friday, Saturday, this weekend, we went 6 for 6. We had a perfect day. Next week, we got another huge week. We got Tank Davis, Frank Martin, David Benavidez. We got this Subriel Matias card. We got a big week next week. So, and I'm going to also start going live. I'm going to start going live pretty much every day in the evening. Let me know what time you guys want me to go live. And Son of Apollo says, "What up, champ? What up? We make money this week, Son of Apollo. You made some good money. You had to have. You had to make some money. This was a good week, guys. Remember, this was a good week, y'all. Glendale, what's up, bro? I lost my money on Raymond Ford. I thought he exited or did enough. I could also see the other side. Ball did outwork him, which is look, that fight was so close and so hard to score. I had it for Ball 115, 113. I could see 115, 113 either way. That's what I really, really liked on that fight was the over. I knew that thing was going the distance. That thing was absolutely going the distance. Son of Apollo with the super chat. Shout out to you, my man. Shout out to you with the $5 super chat. Appreciate the love. Always remember to tip your boxing gambling advisor. Let's all share the wealth here. Super chats, donations are always appreciated. Appreciate you, Son of Apollo. It was a really, really good week, guys. This was a good week of boxing. This was a really, really it was a fun week. We had the Hall of Fame week. We had the 2 Friday cards, a Saturday card. Boxing's in good shape right now. We can just get the television rights. If PBC can get a television deal or a streaming deal that's not $60, the fights are good. Did anyone watch the Oscar Caiazo fight yesterday? Then we got this card. This card is loaded. Like, Top Rank has some high-level prospects. Top Rank is in good shape. Muscles Brown said, big money for us next weekend. Big money for us next weekend, Big G. With me and Muscles Brown, it's big money every week. Like, it is big money every week for me and Muscles Brown. Muscles Brown made another $18K this week. Now, he does bet more than your typical gambler, but me and Muscles Brown are up well over 200,000, up well over 200K for the year. And we started in January. The first card that me and Muscles Brown kind of worked together was the Munguia Rider card back in January. So we're 4.5 months in, and he's made $200,000 for the year. I'm telling you, this is possible. You think Liam Power, Glenn asks, you think Liam Power can beat Matias? Can he? Yes, he can. Will he? That's a little tougher. That is a hell of a fight. So I'm going to have Tank Davis and Frank Martin out tomorrow. And then right after that, I'm going to get into this fight. I haven't picked a winner in this fight yet. I will let you guys, Glenn, I will let you guys know. I will drop that video tomorrow. You will have it. Well, not tomorrow. I'll drop it on Monday probably, but it will be out with plenty of time. I'm really, really intrigued in that fight. I haven't picked a winner yet. I got to really study the tape on that. I was torn on Broner and Cobb, and then I watched the tape. And once I got to the tape, I was like, oh no, Cobb is going to destroy Broner. Broner's got no shot, and that's basically what happened. Made about $500 with your help. Blair Cobb win parlay with Carrington and Zayas. There you go. Yeah, Blair Cobb was a great bet. Like he was what was it, about minus 180? You parlay that with the 2 layups that you got in Carrington and Zayas? Yeah. I looked up Broner. Broner looked like your fat uncle, who used to box, showing you how to box at a family barbecue. I'm like, ooh. Broner ain't looking good. Like, I saw that and I was like, this is going to be easy for Cobb. Cobb was coming off the win over Hooker. I understand it was 2 years ago, but that's a hell of a win for Cobb. That's Cobb's best win. I would argue Broner has never beaten a guy as good as Hooker, and it's very possible Broner's never beaten a guy as good as Cobb. So, like, I just looked up, I said, oh, Cobb's got this. Like, you watch the tape, Broner is shot, done. Like, he's your fat uncle. Muscles Brown says the goal is 300K. Let me pull this up. There we go. Broner says the goal is 300K this year. I know we can do it too. Yeah, we're already at up over 200. Like, you can take the summer off and we'll still hit 300K. That's not a problem. We're about 220 right now, right, Muscles? We're at about 220K. We got half a year left, more than half a year left. We're gonna make 300. If we don't make 300, you only need another 80K to hit that this year. If you don't hit that in the next 6+ months, I'm not the best in the world at this. And I am the best in the world at this. The numbers speak for themselves. I hope y'all join the Patreon. If you guys haven't joined the Patreon, I'm about to put the link in the description. Join the Patreon. Link is in the description. It's also, I'm putting it in the chat right now. Join the Patreon if you haven't already. It's just $5 a month gets you the lock. With the lock, Muscles Brown can confirm he's at plus 221. He's made $221,000 this year with me in 4.5 months. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but like, I got the receipts to show you that I'm the best in the world at this. I do a lot of work, guys. I put a lot of work into these videos. I just don't guess. Like, I'm just not good at guessing. Like, I put a lot of work into these videos. What do we do with Benavidez? I'll get to Benavidez. Benavidez by stoppage seems obvious. I'll get to it. I like Vosdick. Vosdick is 100 years old. Like, he's a good name. He's 100 years old, guys. Vosdick's going to get stopped, right? I mean, look, he's Benavidez is minus 700 right now on DraftKings. It's a nice little bet to add to your parlay. It's obviously going to hit. And I'm not disrespecting Vosdick. Vosdick was a very good fighter. He has some good wins. Don Stevenson, Craig Baker. He's a good fighter. But he's 37 and shot. Like, and he's fighting a killer, an absolute killer. And he's about to get killed. He's going to get killed. And I don't mean that to be disrespectful to Vosdick. I really, really don't. But, like, this is not a good fight. So we're going to take Benavidez, and I can't imagine Benavidez not stopping him. Assad said, what up, bro? What up, bro? I hope you had a good week, man. I hope you made money. Rocket hitting it with the super chat, $20 super chat. Shout out to Rocket. Hey, champ, what's going on, Gary? I put Jahai Tucker, Delonte Johnson, Abreu, Xander by decision. Still waiting on Benavidez and Javante by KO. Wow. So that's what? How many? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 6-play parlay. Well, Benavidez is going to hit. Now, the only question is Javante Davis. Hey, Rocket, I appreciate the super chat. What is that part? What's the total odds on that part? That is a hell of a parlay. I like that. Well, what is the odds on that? I'm interested in seeing that. It's Javante by KO. If Javante wins, he's going to knock him out. Like, if it goes, I'm a big fan of Frank Martin. I think Frank Martin can be winning for a while. The thing is, can he survive 12 rounds? Tank Davis, his timing, his speed, and his defense. And he doesn't get enough credit for this. Tank Davis is a master defensive fighter. For a pressure fighter, a come forward, seek, and destroy guy, Tank Davis defensively is really, really responsible and really, really good. I'm interested to see what the total parlay is on that. Muscles Brown. Rocket, if you can, put the total parlay odds on that in the chat. I want to know what that is, because that's an interesting parlay. Muscle Brown says Tank, Benavidez, Matias, Ben Whitaker. Close to plus money, bro. Okay. What's the odds on Matias? That's all money line muscles. All those bets are 1, 2, 3. That's all 4 money lines. The one I'm interested in, Matias. What's the line on Matias on the money line? Aside, make $200 on Cobb and $100 on Xander. There you go. There you go, Assad. That's good money. The Cobb paid nice. The odds on that, like, I thought it was way too close. Like, I watched the tape. I'm like, oh, this is easy money. This is stealing. And then Xander Zayas, I actually thought those odds should be a little closer. Like, I thought they were being disrespectful to Teixeira, but, like, it's easy money. Just take it. Like, obviously, Xander Zayas. Xander Zayas walked in on that fight and looked like a stone-cold killer. Like, I thought Xander Zayas walking into the garden was going to murder somebody. He looked possessed. Plus 1,922. So, you bet $100. Jeez. That's plus 1920. I hope you hit this, Rocket. I mean, there's nothing unreasonable. Obviously, Benavidez is going to win by stoppage. So you need Benavidez by stoppage and Tank by stoppage, and you hit this parlay, and you hit 1922. Jeez. Matias is around 600. Look, that's too wide. Like, I like Matias too, but Matias is a flawed fighter. Paro is good. That's too wide. I don't love that line. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna break it down for you guys tomorrow. That's too wide. Minus 600. Matias is a 6-1 favorite against Paro. That's disrespectful to Paro. I thought it would be like 350, 400, maybe 450. Minus 600. 6-1 favorite. That's too wide. So that's minus 189. It's not bad. That's not bad odds for that fall play parlay. It really isn't. All on the money line. So what was the parlay again? Let me pull that up. Muscles. The parlay was. So this is a good bet. And Muscles is getting good at this. Tank, Benavidez, Matias, Ben Whitaker, all on the money line. All big favorites. Those 4 pay you minus 189. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. If you put Benavidez by stoppage, what does that pay? Do you think Sonny Edwards is a guaranteed victory versus Adrian Curell? Thinking of throwing it in my parlay with Benavidez, probably. Sonny Edwards is good. Like, he just got destroyed by Bam, who's, I think, is a top 5 or 6 pound-for-pound talent. Like, he lost to Bam Rodriguez and got his ass kicked by Bam. Most people would, right? Like, it's like losing to Inoue. It's like, okay, it doesn't mean you suck. It just means you fought a monster. I think Edwards is going to win that fight. Parlo needs a KO to win in Puerto Rico on the national. Oh, look, that fight's ending in knockout. Yeah, no, I agree, Monkey Crazy. Monkey Crazy says Parlo needs a KO to win in Puerto Rico on the national holiday. Yeah, for sure. But that fight's ending in knockout. Someone is getting knocked out in that fight. Like, I like the under. I like that fight not to go the distance, I should say. For sure. Paro's a hitter. I know he doesn't have the best knockout ratio, but it's pretty good. And remember what he did to Brock Jarvis and then Montana Love? That fight's ending in a knockout. I rest assured, that fight is ending in a knockout. UK fights, ask my advice if you want. We got the Chris Billum Smith fight. I'm going to get into the tape on a Billum Smith fight, too. I haven't gotten into that yet, but I'm going to get into the tape on a Billum Smith fight. There's some good fights. What else is on that card, Assad? Anything? Muscle goes, we can get crazy and add Gary Russell on there, too. What's the odds on the Gary Russell fight? Isaac Chamberlain's fighting on that UK card too. I'm trying to find this right now. Gary Antoine Russell minus 650. Yeah, put Gary Antoine Russell on that. That's like, how is Gary Antoine Russell and Super Ortiz both around minus 600? Like, Gary Antoine Russell is going to absolutely annihilate Puello. Paulos Matias, like, that's what I'm saying. These odds sometimes are a little crazy. Monkey Crazy says, does Yugusei stand a chance against Adames moving up to 160? Probably not. I don't think so. Russell around minus 550. Yeah, that's a good bet. Like, that's a good little bet to add to your parlay. Gary Antoine Russell is a killer. Like, that guy is a killer. He's probably, and I love regular Gary Russell, the original. He's one of my favorite fighters. I thought he was the most skilled guy in the sport for a season. This guy might be better. Like, this may be the best Gary Russell. He just hasn't gotten a ton of big fights, but like, he's a killer. Assad says, Rakapo, Ben Whitaker, Caroline Dubois versus 2BA. Okay, so there's some good fights on that card. There's some good fights. Glendale, my man, says, Raymond Ford cooked me, but luckily I made $15K on Yankees. There you go. I got to tell you, betting on baseball is dangerous, man. I don't bet on baseball anymore. Betting on baseball can you just look at the lines and stuff, and it's like, oh, Royals minus 500, plus 500 against the Yankees. I'm going to take that. They're not going to win, right? Like, betting on baseball is dangerous. Yeah, that's what I got too on DraftKings. They're saying other books has that 550. It's a good bet. Like, he's going to win. It brings down your parlay. I would add Gary Russell to any parlay. I think that's a lot. And it's not terrible odds. Gary Russell on any parlay is a great bet. Ryan Hogg says, I didn't watch any of these shit fights. What happened? Chalk. Everything was chalk. Like, all of the top guys, everyone you expected to win won, and they barely lost a round. There wasn't really one competitive fight. Tiger Johnson, Xander Zayas, Carrington, everyone did exactly what they were supposed to do, right? You guys would say, I mean, there was no surprises. There was nothing out of the ordinary. Everyone took care of business. Assad says, Isaac Chamberlain versus Jack Macy. Macy lost to Joe Parker last year via decision. I don't know, Jack Macy. How do we like this fight, Assad? Chamberlain and Jack Massey. What do you got? Glendale, what is your profile picture? Shit looks terrifying. My profile picture? On what? On this? It's Texas boxing gloves. Glendale says, you think Frankie Martin has any? I do. Like, look, it's a long shot. But Frank Martin looked like shit his last fight. And, like, that is shaping people's minds. Frank Martin is incredibly skilled. He can fight in all three distances. He's got incredible speed, incredible reflexes. He's an incredible fighter. Is he going to win? It's a long shot, but he certainly has a shot. Like, the odds are crazy. Like, one of the things like I would do when I was still betting is I would put Tank Davis in my parlay. But I would also put a small bet on Frank Martin to win on a side bet, a standalone bet. If Frank Martin pulls the upset, which is possible, it saves your it's a hedge against the parlay that could collapse, right? And you don't need to bet a ton of money on Frank Martin to get your money back, right? So whatever I bet on the parlay, I would just put a little bet on Martin to cover that. Martin could win that fight, guys. Martin's an excellent fighter. He's probably not going to win, but he certainly could. Yeah, and right, at Rise's every fight on that top rank card was a massive mismatch. Yeah, it was. It for sure was. And it played out like that. Oh, okay. Jack Macy is. I don't. Why do I not know this guy? Where would I know him from? Who has he fought? Has he fought any cards? Has he fought? He's a British guy, obviously. Why do I know this guy, Jack Macy? Oh, I met him, Glendale. Okay. Tank Frank Martin to go the distance. If it goes the distance, Frank Martin's going to win. I'm telling you guys right now. If this thing goes the distance, Frank Martin's going to win. So there's like two possible outcomes. The most likely outcome, Tank Davis by stoppage. The other possible outcome, I think, is Frank Martin on points. Like, those are the two possible outcomes. If Frank Martin comes forward too much, he's going to get stopped. He's going to get nailed. He's going to walk into something. If he fights off the back foot, does Tank eventually track him down? Probably. But is there a way that Martin can survive? Martin's a combination puncher. He's a better volume puncher. He's more accurate. He's deadly accurate with his combinations. He's quick. He's got good reflexes. He can make you miss and get out of the way. Frank Martin is really, really, really good. It's just he's fighting a once-in-a-generation type puncher who has excellent timing and great defense. Like, probably Tank Davis is going to win. Does Frank Martin have a chance? Oh, he's got a real good shot. I would say the chance of Frank Martin winning this fight is about 35%. I'd say the 65% chance Martin wins. The odds don't indicate that. The odds tell me there's like an 80% chance Tank Davis is going to win. I really don't see it that way. I think this fight is closer. I think Frank Martin is going to be winning the fight. Now, does he win the fight until he gets knocked out? Probably. But could he win the fight? He could. It's not baseball. In boxing, you don't get 600 plate appearances a year. You fight once or twice a year. That's it. So the sample size is much smaller. So when you have a less than great performance, it sticks in people's minds longer. Frank Martin had that terrible camp. It was simultaneous with the camp that Spence had for Crawford, which was equally as awful. And Ryan Garcia had just moved to Texas, and Jamel Charlo wasn't even training for Canelo yet. It was a mess in Derek James's gym. And you can see they all had terrible performances, all of them. Everyone who fought in that time span all had terrible performances. It was too much chaos going on in that gym. Assad says, Massey is durable. Chamberlain via decision. Okay. I'm gonna take a look at that fight. I got a lot of super chats say. Frank Martin plus 400. It's hard. It's Frank Martin is good. Plus 400. He's probably not going to win, but he could. Like, there's a legitimate chance Frank Martin could win that, right? Muscle Brown says, Carl Adames is fighting Terrell Goucher, too. He's sitting at 750. Yeah, I like Goucher, too, but Goucher is not going to win that fight. Like, I like Goucher. He's a good fighter. He's got good skills, former Olympian. Adames is going to beat him down. Funny story about Carlos Adames is that Robert Garcia kicked Adames out of his camp because he can't stop eating. It's a true story. He just can't stop eating. So Robert Garcia like, get the hell out of my gym. Bob Santos confirmed that story. Not that, but he said Bob Santos, has a pool house, and the Spiders basically live in the pool house, like the guest house during camp. And Bob Santos told me that he has to clear the pantry, make sure there's no food in the pantry of Adames' guest house, and then he has to lock up all the food, like the fridge, in his house, so Adames doesn't come into the main house and steal the food. It's a true story. I heard there's no rehydration clause for this fight, so Frankie Martin could come in the fight 160. What do you think? That's good. I know Frank pretty well. He trains in Dallas. I've got to talk to him a few times. Is he really big? You guys think he's really big for the weight? Tank is so oddly built. It's hard to. I guess he doesn't have any trouble making the weight, but it's hard to tell because he's built so odd, right? Like he's not. He's really little and built up. It's like a mini Mike Tyson. Frank Martin, I guess he's a big lightweight, I would say, right? We would say he's a big lightweight. He's strong as hell. Monkey Crazy says, Messi, domestic British level cruiserweight. So what I'm hearing is that he's a decent fighter. He should make it a fight. He probably goes the distance and he loses. Is that basically what we're getting? Thanks for this analysis, man. I got lucky and hit a few bets with the Zayas decision. Shout out to Teixeira for hanging in there. Yeah, man, Teixeira is too tough for his own good. Like, I like Teixeira, and I told Muscles Brown, he's good. He's a shot. Like, he's a good fighter. He's a crafty veteran. He's a tough guy. He's got some skills. He's just shot, and you could see that today. But he's a veteran. He could survive when he wanted to. Monkey Crazy, you don't think Martin would get robbed on the cards? Ooh, that's reasonable. Because remember, Mario Barrios was 2 rounds away from being robbed when he got knocked out. Like, he was just 2 rounds away from being robbed. They all had tanked. All the judges had tanked. Now, that was in Atlanta. It was in Georgia for some reason. Not a major commission. So you had some bad judges. That's a good point. That's a good point, Monkey Crazy. Could Martin get robbed? Like, because Martin's only chance to win is on the scorecards. He's not going to engage with Tank Davis and knock him out. That would be insane. So he's got to win on the cards. That's a fair point, Monkey raises. It could be Tank Davis by bogus decision. It's a good point. Frank Martin by decision plus 750 has to be a play. That's a good odds on that, man. That is good. Like, this is what I don't understand. So Frank Martin on the money line is plus 400. But Frank Martin by decision, which is the only way he can win realistically, is plus 750. So what is Frank Martin by stoppage? Right, it's going to be close to the same thing. So Vegas is telling, the bookmakers are telling me Frank Martin has an equal chance of winning a decision against Tank Davis as he does as knocking Tank Davis out, which he has no chance of doing. Like, this is a weird odds. Monkey Crazy says Tank was ahead in the Leo Santa Cruz fight too. Yeah, that's weird. You're right. Like, that was in Texas, right? That was in San Antonio. You're right. You guys are right. Monkey Crazy raises some good points here. It could be Tank Davis. Too bad that's not a prop. Tank Davis by grave injustice. Tank Davis by grave injustice. Who you guys like? That's a good point, Monkey. Could be a bogus decision. But next week is a great fight. It's a great fight weekend. I just wish they all the cards. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing 2 shows. I'm gonna be doing a show post Chris Billum Smith, a live show, and then I'm gonna, because that's a good card, man. And I'm gonna be doing a card again. Oh, wow, they got this Jack Macy guy at plus 150, so they think this fight's gonna be close. And I'm gonna be doing a card after Tank Davis and Liam Paro. Hey, I gotta tell you, ask you guys who are smarter than me and younger than me, do you watch 2 fights at once, or can you not, like 2 fights, like the Liam Paro, the Paro Matias card and the Tank Davis card are on at the same time? Can you guys go back and forth, or are you basically just watching one and not watching it? Because I'll have one on my laptop and one on my TV, but I'm really only watching one of them. I'm not really watching 2. Are you guys who are smarter than me and younger than me able to really watch 2 cards at once? I just can't do it. I can't do it. Like, I got a friend who will have like every football game on and like 8 games on at once. I can't. I'm watching one and I'm not watching the others. There you go. Shout out to you, Rod. I got 3 monitors, all 4 illegal screens. My man. Yeah, I'll probably, they've got me for a bunch of pay-per-views already. I'll probably watch. Well, Frank Martin and Tank Davis is a better fight, right? Although Matias and Paro is a great fight too. It's a great fight weekend, man. It's a great fight weekend. It's a great fight. It's a great weekend to make some money. It's a really this may be the best fight day. It is. It's the best fight day of the year. Next Saturday, June 15th, is the fight day of the year for sure. I agree with this. Ryan says I ain't paying no pay-per-view for these bum-ass fights. I agree with that to a large degree. But here's what I would say. I paid for Usyk and Fury. It's not a bum-ass fight. It's a fight that's worthy of being on pay-per-view. I would say, and you guys can disagree with me, no, Tank Davis versus Frank Martin's not. That's not worthy of being on pay-per-view. I take that back. It's not. How many rounds does Bodzic go before he gets stopped? 6? 7? 6 or 7? 6? Honestly, Rod, maybe 1. How shot is this guy? I would say 6 or 7. I would just bet Benavidez by stoppage. If you're trying to get cute with the rounds, you feel free to do it. But I just feel like Benavidez by stoppage is such an obvious bet and it pays okay. Just take the money on that. It's an easy payday. Monkey Crazy says, Paro's problem is he doesn't have much experience outside Australia. Domestic scene, only 2 years since he beat Brock Jarvis. Well, he's got the win over Montana Love. He does have the win over Montana Love, so factor that in. I love Rocket. Rocket is a gunslinger, man. Rocket is a gambler's gambler. I have a plus 23,266 parlay I'm working on. $50 gets me 12 grand. Bang! I hope that hits for you, man. Bang! What? It's only $50, so I get it. But what's on that parlay? I knock out anyways on that parlay. What is getting you those odds, man? I love it. You got some massive. I want to see Rockets bet, man. That is awesome. Monkey Crazy says, love that mental problems. He got checked out versus Steve Spark. I never liked Montana Love. I was never a fan. Eddie Hearn was all psyched when he signed him. I'm like, I think he's kind of mid. I don't think he sucks or anything, but I never saw a big deal in him. Rocket Bro, just buy Powerball. Yeah, but this is more fun, right? You get to watch boxing while you try to cash in your lottery ticket. Yo, Rocket, what's on this part? I love that parlay. I don't even care what's on it. I just want to. I just hope it hits. I hope that hits. I had a friend in college who was from Miami, and every year his dad would just throw $1,000 on the Marlins to win the World Series. And he did that in 2003, and they hit, and they were minus 800. Yeah, so made 800 grand. It's crazy. Just does it before the season started. And the Marlins were the Florida Marlins and now the Miami Marlins won the World Series at plus 800. So, I mean, sometimes, stuff happens. Good things happen to good people. I'm hoping Rocket hits this parlay, man. Good things happen to good people, Rocket. This will come through for you. But let me ask y'all, now that I got you on. So, I can usually do about 5 or 6 videos a week. I'm going to do Haney, Davis and Martin. I'm going to do Matias and Paro. What other videos do you guys want to see me do for the week of the 15th? Bill and Smith, obviously. You guys want to see that, I would guess. Adonis Goucher. What fights, what videos do y'all want me to do? Because I'll do them. I want people to watch my videos, right? So, what videos do you guys want to see? Put it in the chat. Let me know. What do we think here? I got a question, and someone tweeted this, and it set me off, and it really rubbed me the wrong way. Adonis, you guys want to see the Adonis? I'll do Adonis. Someone said Raymond Ford beats Shushu Carrington right now. Anyone agree with that? Because I think that's insane. I think Carrington stops him in a couple of rounds. I'm not the biggest Raymond Ford fan. He's good. He's good. But like, you guys think Raymond Ford beats Shushu Carrington? That tweet really rubbed me the wrong way. Hitting the sheets. You got early gym session tomorrow. Night, fellas. Hey, congrats, Brown. Congrats on that win, man. We're off to a good year. I'm gonna have some videos out. Yeah, Ford's moving up to 130. And you know what's crazy though? Eddie Vasquez is a really, really good friend of mine. He's from Fort Worth too. I know him really, really well. Eddie Vasquez is going back down to 126. Eddie Vasquez outweighed Raymond Ford by 10 pounds in the ring, and he can still make 26. Ford doesn't strike me as a guy that's super big for 26. But, I mean, sometimes you can't tell. Some people carry weight differently. Raymond Ford. I think that's a little harsh, but, yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Especially since he wanted to fight me. He wanted to fight me at a press conference. We can call him Raymond Freud. But does anyone think that he would really beat Shushu? Yeah, I wouldn't want to get... What if we did this? Monkey Crazy says Ford loses to Shushu. Ford can't last at 26. Ford wins at 30. Oh, Ford wins. That was my next question. Okay. Son of Apollo, Benavidez fight. I don't know much about his opponent. Okay, Vosdick. Vosdick was a really good fighter. He was a world champion. He beat Adonis Stevenson. He's really good, except he's 37 and shot. He was out of the ring for how long was Vosdick out of the ring? I'm going to look it up right now. Hang on. Give me 1 second. He was out of the ring probably 4 years. He's totally shot. He was doing well with Art to Beterbiev until Beterbiev absolutely destroyed him, like killed him dead. In a fight, like it was a typical Beterbiev fight. Like he just steamrolled him and got him out. Vosdick is a good fighter. He's good. Like, but he's totally shot and washed. And so you're a totally shot and washed fighter fighting a primed, peaking David Benavidez. Dude's gonna get killed. Like, let's have a moment of silence for Vosdick. So he fought Beterbiev in 2019, and then he fought again in 2023. And he fought a guy who was 20 and 34, and then he fought a guy Bolotniks. Yeah, this is not going to go well. This is not going to go well for Vosdick, who was a very good fighter, But yeah, this ain't going to go well for him. Frank Martin, David Benavidez. Ooh, there's the Benavidez round 8 stoppage. Matthias, Isaac Chamberlain, and Richard Rickpore by stoppage. No, I'm crazy. I take it. So the crazy bit there is the 8th round stoppage. Okay. Well, look, we're all rooting for David Benavidez to get that 8th round stoppage. If this hits, man, I'll buy you dinner just because, like, that's insane. If that hits, I'm buying Rocket dinner. 4 fights with other YouTube boxing media too, not just you. There's something wrong with that dude. Like, there's something wrong with Raymond Ford. I just did an interview with Eddie Vasquez, and we talked about how Eddie Vasquez beat him, and then he called me out. He said it was on his nuts on his IG, and there's something wrong with Raymond Ford. YouTuber. I don't know this guy. Trav FDY. I'll look him up, though. Raymond fought with him, too? Is it a British guy or is this an American guy? I don't know. I'll look him up, though. Raymond Ford's a little nuts. It's all good, though. It's all good. All right, guys. We're going on 40 minutes. We're still going strong, though. What else do you guys want? I'll keep this going. I'm looking at this now. Yeah, it's a really good fight week. So we're doing Benavidez. We're going to do Adames and Goucher on that too. We'll do Willem Smith. Okay, U.S. tipster. Okay. What was it about, Assad? Do you know what it was about? What was the beef about? What was Did he say Eddie Vasquez beat him? Well, why did he want to fight him? Ford, Amo, and Love all have mental problems. I've talked to Ford, obviously. Amo Williams was, the thing about Amo is he's such a polite guy. He's such a nice guy. He's such a friendly guy. It's tough to see him have these struggles because you want to root for him. He's so nice. He's such a good dude. Like, he's such a friendly guy. You hate to see him having these kind of issues. And I never talked to Montana Love, so I can't comment on Montana Love. What round do you think Gervonta gets the stoppage? I think late 10 or 11. It's tough to say with Tank because it happens all at once, right? Like, it just gets you out. It's just over. No, I think earlier than that, Rocket. I would say 8 or 9. I think earlier than that. If he gets it. He tipped against Ford. Ford called him out online, calling him a hater. Ford, not a nice guy. Glad he lost. Yeah, clearly he's not a nice guy. Like, clearly Ford's got issues. Clearly there's something wrong with him. No, Amo is about the nicest guy you'll ever talk to. Like, he's such a good dude, you want to root for him. And that's why, like, when he's having these issues and stuff, like, Amo is super nice. Like, he's super friendly, down to earth. He'll talk to you for 30. If you want to interview him for 30 minutes, he'll sit there and talk to you. He's intelligent. He's thought out. Like, yeah, no, Amo's a great guy. The 8th and 9th round knockout sounds good. I'm guessing. Like, it's tough. Like, it can come at any point with Tank. Amo got his ass whooped after chatting all that. Yeah, Shiraz is for real though. Like, Hamza Shiraz is for real. I picked Hamza, and it hurt me to pick him because I like Amo so much. Personally, I like him, but yeah, Shiraz is legit. So I picked that. I wasn't surprised. Amo's gonna talk his trash. It's all. Monkey says Ben Whitaker's at minus. I saw him at minus 4,000. What book are you looking at? Because that's not bad. I think it was DraftKings. I just looked at it. Had him at minus 4,000. Yeah. I'll share my screen. DraftKings got him at minus 4,000. Betfair gives better odds. Yeah, apparently. Guys, I always like to use DraftKings. I think it gives you odds, but Betfair obviously giving you better odds here on Ben Whitaker. Use that. That's way better. Twice as good. That's crazy. That's wild. Like, that's a huge spread. I wanted to ask y'all. I haven't gotten into the tape yet, but I wanted y'all's thoughts on this. Hang on. Let me pull this up again. I'm not familiar with this guy. I can't think of him off the top of my head. Maybe when I pull him up, I'll remember him. Is this fight that close? Is that reasonable? Plus 150? Like, does he have? Because plus 150 tells me you got a legitimate chance to win. Does he? Does Macy have a legit chance to win this fight? Shushu versus Inoue. Well, look, they're going to have to get Shushu a belt first, right? Inoue's not going to fight him without a belt. I don't know, man. Like, Inoue is the best fighter in the world. Like, Inoue, honestly, is probably the best fighter since post-Floyd Mayweather era. I don't know if he's ever going to be ready for him. I know there's a size difference, and I've met Carrington. He's a big dude. He's tall. He's long. I want to pick him, but like I really can't. Like you really can't pick anyone on the face of planet Earth to beat Inoue at this point. Like you really can't. I picked Stephen Fulton to beat him. How did that work out? Bookies don't trust Chamberlain. I can see that. I can see that. What was the other one? He just got worse in live time. What was the other one I wanted to look at? Oh yeah, here you go. Right here, Gary Antoine Russell. It's a nice little bet to add to your parlay. Any parlay, I think, should have this. I really do. Chamberlain has similar odds versus Michael Lowell. Jan Ludzik, did he fight already? Ooh, that's a good one, Rocket. It's a Polish fighter. I don't know. I would assume so. I would assume so. He's a good little so BoxRec hasn't. Yeah, if you guys don't know, here, Jan Lodzik, Polish fighter, good prospect, welterweight. He's fighting today against the guy he already beat in a card in Poland. He hasn't fought since then. It's 8 months ago. Okay. He beat him wide, beat him clear. I'm not sure why they're having this rematch unless it was mandated or something. If it had to, let me see if I can Google it. If I Google it, if I Google his name. I got nothing. I don't know. I'm gonna try to find that for you. I'll check. I'll search. I don't know. I don't. There were good odds on that. I don't know why the odds were so close on that. Chamberlain ducked Chef Clark and ducked Chef Clark. Chamberlain should duck Chef Clark. Chef Clark is for real. Chef Clark is one of my favorite prospects in the sport of boxing. It's always he fights on the 8th. Right. Like, so the 8th. So that was Saturday. Right. And in Poland, it's already Sunday. So, well, it's already Sunday in Texas too now, I guess. They don't have the results though, right? Like the 8th is Saturday is the 8th. And now we're into the 9th. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. We're almost 50 minutes in. I don't have the results on that, Rocket. I'll look into it if I'll try to find it. Did you bet on that? Because we looked at it, the odds were pretty good on it. Like the odds were close. They didn't have it on DraftKings, but you found it. It's 144 in Miami right now. Yeah, it's bedtime for me too. We're gonna wrap this up. Did you bet on that, Rocket? Did you bet on the Logic fight? It was a good fight to bet on. DraftKings didn't have a line on it though. Well, you bet a line on it, whatever. FanDuel or whatever. I forget what book you were using, but they had a line on it. Okay. What you just you took Logic on a money line? Is that what you did? Logic on a money line? Or was it part of a parlay? Because you showed me the odds. It was pretty good. All right, y'all. We're about to wrap this up in a minute. Again, if you have not joined the Patreon, if you're up in the chat, get the lock of the week. Oh, yep, on parlay. Okay. Hard Rock was the book he had. If you guys have not joined the Patreon, link is right there. $5 a month gets you the lock of the week. We hit the lock of the week again, but we also get you other stuff, other props that aren't dropped when I do the video. A lot of times DraftKings don't drop the props until a day or two before the fight. So join the Patreon. We'll go over the props. We'll get you additional locks like Blair Cobbs. We'll get you all types of good stuff. Join the Patreon. Link is in the description. I got to go. It's bedtime for me. It's almost 1 a.m. where I'm at. I got to wrap this up. Good day of boxing. Next week going to be even better. This week we're going to start live streaming. Guys, join the Patreon. Let me know what time is good for me to live stream. I'm thinking about 5 or 6 in the afternoon, but let me know what time you guys want me to go live. We're going to talk about news, fight announcements, fight rumors, whatever. We can talk prospects. We can talk potential fights. We're just going to talk boxing, whatever is related in the news that day. But it's June 9th, 2024. From Texas to the world. Thank you, and God bless.